Faith in God, a hard work ethic, and stepping up to help others have been the foundational principles of how Mike Denha has lived his life. Growing up in Iraq may be much different than living in America, but the philosophy of helping others doesn't change. That is how the 87-year-old husband, father of 6 children, and grandfather of 13 has lived his life. Mike grew up working in the fields in his family-owned business making tahini. He later headed to Mosul for high school. He was the first Denha to graduate from high school.
When the result came, my sister-in-law Latifa, my brother's wife, she came running to me. She said, "You graduated from high school." So I said, "Gosh!" So I took my tools and threw them on the floor. I said, "Hope this is the last summer I'm gonna work in this kind of business."
He worked in an oil company, and he also wanted to continue his studies. He eventually decided to head to America instead.
Working 70 hours a week and going to the school, day after day, I just wore up. I went to the doctor. He says, "You better stop something. Either stop work or stop the school." I cannot stop my work, so I stopped the school.
He went back to visit his family in Iraq and contemplated staying there. Knowing he had a business with his cousin Sabri Denha back in America, he left Iraq once again. Mike was eventually able to bring his family to the United States. In 1968, he met and married his wife, Nidal Hamama. At that time, there were about 350 Chaldeans living in America. Pretty much everybody went to the wedding. They honeymooned in Baghdad to see their families.
We have 6 kids, and each of our kids, they have a special place in my heart. Me and Nidal, especially Nidal, tried hard to put them in the best schools.
He and his cousin Sabri decided the store was not profitable for 2 families, so Mike decided to purchase Lucky Strike. It wasn't a very profitable business at the time, but Mike was determined and was able to turn it around. He named the store Food Lanes.
Growing up with my father was a lifetime full of memories, always encouraging school and honesty, helping people.
During the 25 years Mike owned several stores, he created an apprenticeship program before many in the Chaldean community really knew that such programs existed. He hired and trained more than 50 family members and friends to operate businesses. He had them learn every aspect running day-to-day operations in every department.
One thing that I always remember, my dad said, whatever you take home, make sure your customers take home the same thing. Build your store on quality, and that's what we always did.
Mike has always been passionate about the Chaldean community. He helped establish Southfield Manor through the Chaldean Iraqi American Association of Michigan. He has donated to the church and most recently to Bishop Ibrahim's library and to the Chaldean Community Foundation. Over the years, Mike expanded his businesses to venture into real estate and other ventures. He and his sons have become the first Chaldeans to own a manufacturing company.
And I would think back on my father's stories of how he came to this country. He came here without any money, and I knew that this is what this company needed. They needed somebody to sacrifice, somebody to put their heart and soul into it to see if we could turn it into something.
We continue doing this legacy, employing some people, refugees from our community to work with us.
Mike has strived to live his life guided by God, quoting one of his favorite scripture verses. "For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and the one who humbles himself will be exalted."
I want to help these people because when I came here, people helped me. I think it's God's way to help people as much as you can.